Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and today we're going to look at a gift that my father brought out to me here. He picked this up in Deadwood, South Dakota at the distillery. Now, they're known kind of for their moonshine. Their clear spirits, they, infuse it and do whatever, make like the apple pie and whatever else. Never had any products from them, so I don't know much. Tried looking them up online, even less information available there. So I really know nothing about this. It says that it is produced and bottled by Deadwood Distillery LLC, Deadwood, South Dakota. So that leads me to believe that they're making this themselves. It's kind of weird because they broke up the words on the bottle. So like Deadwood is broken up as two words, and Black Hills is broken up as two words, which traditionally they're both one word each. But it's, and I don't even officially know what the name of this is. There's so much writing on this bottle, I don't really know what the name of this is. It says the Deadwood Barrel Whiskey Company. No idea what that refers to. At the bottom, it says Black Hills Whiskey. It does say it's 40% ABV or 80 proof. They're really trying to do a lot with the Deadwood and Wild Bill monikers. But other than that, I can't tell you a thing about this whiskey. So let's I can't even tell you the price. I do have a text out to my father to find out what they paid for this. And I just sent it to him just now. So if he texts me back in the middle of this, I will pick that up and let you know what it is. I'm going to assume that this is maybe... I'm going to make a lot of assumptions here. Okay, it's pretty light in color. It's pretty young. It almost has a slight cloudiness to it. If I'm going to guess, now it doesn't smell like it in the nose, which, will change this. But my guess is that this is more of an American whiskey style. Given the fact that they do a lot of the infusions and stuff, I'm going to say that this is more of a denatured spirit, so a DNS vodka type product that they take and mix with some sort of a whiskey that they produce. And since they're making that moonshine apple pie kind of stuff, I would assume that that would be what they're doing here. There is absolutely zero information about this whiskey on the bottle. There's no age statement, no nothing, so we have no idea. But in the nose, I get a nice light fruit cherry, similar to a bourbon, a little bit of corn dust. Actually, not corn dust, but grain dust nonetheless. Some kind of a grain. It smells, it's actually fairly viscous. It smells pretty bourbon-esque, to tell you the truth. It does not smell like it is an American whiskey or cut. Well, I take that back. Right there, I just caught a lot of high ethanol notes, a little bit of acetone. So we'll see what this comes out as. I always kind of cringe, and I told my dad this. I was highly expecting this to be MGP whiskey in the bottle. Anytime I see something that's flashing, a well-known tourist attraction, person, a celebrity of some sort, or anything like that. So I think my dad just texted me. He said $28, he thought. So there you go. So approximately $28 for this at the distillery in Deadwood. And I don't think that they distribute outside of that. I know you can pick this stuff up at like Sturgis and other things like that, but pretty localized in the Black Hills. And that's really the market. They're trying to hit Deadwood, and they're trying to really hit that Sturgis rally in August. I know that's why they started with the moonshine stuff. It's a funny story because I personally, in 2015, was going to try and start a distillery in Deadwood, but was unable to get the funding and the backing that I needed in order to actually get it going. And that kind of poo-pooed. I've tried starting a distillery 3 times now, and I went so far as to actually buy a distillery recently, a couple of years, like 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Trying to start one here in Wyoming, and just, during COVID, rent went locally here went from $2,200 a month to $3,200 a month for a space, like some kind of a commercial space. Never could find a building that really would work, and land prices went up. So like had trouble finding a place. Whether I was going to own it or rent it, it just became unattainable. And so I ended up selling the distillery equipment. So that was a little bit unfortunate there, but you know what? I didn't lose my butt in it, and lessons learned and whatever else. If in the near future, my wife and I were constantly looking for a property out in the country, if we can find one for reasonable, and this is how ridiculous, I don't know where it is where you, but if I were to buy like a 5-acre property here, maybe with a shed or something, like a pole shed or something on it, a normal 3-2 house here on 5 acres is going to run you somewhere, depending on quality and location, somewhere between $500,000 and $700,000. Insane prices. I know for those in California, that's not insane, but that's just because you're insane, because that is insane. And so not really tenable. So all that aside, it's funny, this company started up like literally the year after I was going to put in a distillery in Deadwood. And that kind of fizzled out, and they started making these moonshines. I hate using that term, but unaged spirits that are infused with different flavors. Their apple pie being one of the bigger sellers. And so other than that, I don't have much. I know they're trying to capitalize on the same exact markets I was going to do. I definitely was not going to do this type of stuff, but these kinds of labels always scare me off. But it's not MGP. They're making it themselves. In the glass, those acetone notes have tamped down now, and it's really coming across like a bourbon, but this is not a bourbon according to the label. No idea what the mash bill is. No idea what's even in this bottle. On the taste, taste is exactly what I said I thought it was. Oh, even has a weird burn in the back. Tastes exactly like a watered down denatured spirit. So this probably 70 or 80% grain alcohol in here, with a little bit of some type of a whiskey, maybe their own bourbon, because I know they make a bourbon. It's probably that bourbon cut with grain alcohol. If I had to guess, this is probably 20%, between 20 and 30% of their bourbon cut with grain alcohol is a guess. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's what it tastes like to me. Extremely thin, almost no flavor at all up front. Watery thin, heavy burn picks up in the middle, and then just like 2 hints of a cherry, corn, and vanilla bourbon note at the very tail end that's overwhelmed by a burn that's in there as well. That time I got 1 vanilla or a honey note up front, and then just paper thin all the way through the middle till it picks up a cherry, like a cough drop cherry, and heavy ethanol flavor and burn in the middle. Not a huge fan of it, just because I got so many other good things. But as far as an American style whiskey goes, if that's indeed what this would be, it's not bad. This is definitely in line with like your Kessler or Potters or something like that. Doesn't taste like it has any flavors added to it or anything like that. They very well may have, but I don't know. But you've already heard what I think this is. And if I'm wrong, sorry to the company. It's for the price point, $28, that's definitely a mixer. They're trying to go for that middle market. The thing is, you can pick up Kessler for under $10. So to be paying $28 for something, you're really paying for the marketing on this. And I don't know. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is. it's a mixer. That's what it's made for. Anyways, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Check out or think about subscribing to the channel Life and Whiskey. Check out the same content and a little extra on BitChute and Mines at Life and Whiskey, or on Mines Life_and_whiskey. Maybe give a thumbs up on the video, drop a comment down below. If you can find this in your area, let me know. I'd be curious. I don't believe they're distributing outside the Black Hills. They may be distributing somewhere else in South Dakota, like I said, Sturgis and during the rally and whatever else, but I don't think much outside of that. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below. If you've had an experience with the Deadwood whiskey, whatever they're saying this is, let me know. I know they also have the bourbon online. I think that's 81 proof I saw listed there. So just a touch different. They're a young distillery. I highly encourage them to actually make an aged product of some substantial quality, but I'm sure they're killing it with just this, so they don't have a lot of incentive to actually do something greater than this. But I hope they do, because this type of marketing is going to fizzle out over the years. Although, you know, a couple million people come to the Black Hills every year as tourists, and then the Sturgis Rally, of course, is a big deal. So maybe I'm wrong about that. My own numbers kind of reflected a couple of different philosophies when it came to that kind of stuff. So who knows? Anyways, drop in the comments down below what you think. Hit that like and subscribe button. Maybe hit the notification bell. That all helps out there. Check out my other channels on the other, what do you want to call it, social media platforms. Trying to skew away from YouTube a little bit. So, and my other channels actually are growing quite a bit. So thanks to everybody who's subscribing on those channels and those platforms. Greatly appreciate it. Trying to engage with anybody who engages with me. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching the video. Hope you have yourselves a great day, and we'll catch you in the next video.